Talk to me, Devon, about your very first experience here at Camp Heart to Heart.
My very first experience, I was age 9. When I first came in, we actually got a ride from one of our. She was a team lead at the time, Miss Katie, her mother. She was a nurse. They came and gave us a ride down to camp and then told us how awesome it was going to be. And me and my brother, we were scared because first we're coming from Cincinnati to Louisville, so it was already a long drive. When we finally got here, all the counselors are standing outside, so it was just like, oh my God, like, okay, this is real. And the counselors came out, shook all of our hands. They were really excited about what's going on, gave us a little run through, and they just let us feel welcome. It felt like a family atmosphere. The first day when we started to meet all the kids, I liked the quality because everybody was very diverse. We've seen every kind of kid that you can see. And that was very awesome because we were different ourselves. At the time, we understood what we were there for, but since we did understand, we were also told we cannot talk about it in front of the other kids. So we definitely kept that to ourselves.
Can I ask you something about that? So you say you knew what you were there for. So explain that to me.
Well, we knew that my mother and father both contracted HIV. My mother had full-blown AIDS by the age of 30. So we knew that Heart to Heart was specifically an AIDS camp. And so it was for kids who either have AIDS or who has immediate family who has AIDS. But it's just like a break, just a chance to get everybody together, just to have fun for a week, a nice little summer camp. And so we understood that's what it was going to be about. And we were very open to it. My mother, she was very positive with it. She wanted us to do it, and that's what we did.
How old were you when you first understood that your parents had the disease?
It was around that time. It was around 8 or 9. The reason why we found out about it is because there was a comment made, and there was a reason. I remember exactly. We were living in the projects in Cincinnati. My mother was washing dishes, and for some reason, I don't know how it happened, but her finger got cut. As little kids, we try to go over there and help her and try to wipe it off. And, when she wasn't paying attention, we wiped it off. And she quickly hurried up and we washed our hands, we did everything she could. And we were just like, what's going on? And she sat us down. She was like, listen, I'm going to tell you what's going on. So around 8 or 9, we were told very young. We didn't quite understand I won't say the magnification of it, but we understood the concept, and we understood that, this is a virus. My mom always taught us from a young age, how you can contract the virus and how you can protect yourself from it. But we didn't know, the reason why you're telling us this is because you have this. Mm-hmm. So we were taught from a very young age, not to be afraid of it, but let it know it's still out there. So.
Did it make you feel different in any way knowing that your parents have this disease?
It didn't make me feel different. I was very, I want to say, not more so open, but I knew the struggle that was going to happen because a lot of people don't know about this virus, and they automatically assume, okay, your mother has AIDS, you have AIDS. So there's nothing that you could tell them any different. I don't care how many books, how many papers you bring them, they're not going to understand. All they know is AIDS, and I don't want it. But they don't understand that there's only certain ways that you can even contract AIDS. I can give you a hug, I can give you a kiss. We could do virtually anything. We could play cards. You could use a bathroom right after me, and you'll be just fine. But they don't understand that. So we also already had it in our minds that if we let this secret come out, let it be known, some people are going to back away from us. And it was going to have to come out one way or the other because my mom started to progress, because of the full-blown AIDS. So she started to progress very fast. She started contracting cancers. And so it was started to happen very fast. So one day I was approached here at camp to actually be a part of a journal segment. And that was that time. It was just like, okay, are you ready for your story to be brought out? And I approached my mother with it. And she just looked at me. She was just like, "Are you ready for this story to be brought out?" She was like, "Because you already know what's going to happen." And I was just like, "Yeah, let's do it." And so once the story came out, and it was a life-changing event because of the fact all my friends didn't know. Even a lot of my family didn't know. All they seen was this story, and it aired on the news, and the caption and my picture on the TV: child struggles with parents with AIDS. And it aired, in my city, and everybody seen it on the news. So I come to school, and all I see is looks. And me, it's out there now. This is what I'm dealing with. This is who I am. Even though I might not have it, my mother does, but this is what I am. It made my friends, who are really my friends, a lot closer. And it really pushed away all the stragglers who I really didn't need in my life anyway. So it showed a lot of character through me. The people who I really, thought were my friends, it really brought out their character. And the people who I had to let go, it really brought out their character. And so now, being 25 years old, I have a broad view, a wide spectrum of this disease. So much too, I have Fight AIDS tattooed all over my body. I'm an advocate for the people who battle with this, and I'm not afraid of it. And all the thing I can do is educate and let people know that there is life beyond this disease.
What kind of, as you sort of reflect back to when you were a 9-year-old, and I understand that you came to camp multiple times, what kind of relief did you get when you were here at camp?
A lot of relief. Where I lived was not the safest place, nor was it the most healthiest place to live. I came out of the projects. We lived in basically a 3-story crack house. That was hard, but it's the only thing we could afford. Social Security only paid for so much. Section 8 only paid for so much, so that's the only thing we could have came up with. Like I said, I remember sleeping on a twin-size mattress with me and all my brothers, my 2 other brothers. And mind you, at 12 years old, I was 6 foot, 275 pounds, and my brothers were not that far behind. So it was hard. I'd be stealing pillows in the middle of the night because we only had one. So it was definitely a struggle, especially, you try to wake up in the morning, try to fix your bowl of cereal, pour out your cereal, you find a roach in your cereal. Yeah, it was pretty bad. So coming to camp was definitely a shot of relief, to take us away from the struggle. Definitely, and then when I started to progress in age, other things started to arise. That's when life started to show its face. I was into gang violence. I was a part of a gang, and and along came with the atmosphere as well. So it really changed me into the person I didn't want to be, but I had to be just because I had to help provide. What can you do when your mother's laying on the bed battling with full-blown AIDS, as well as, 3 different types of cancers. So there were a lot of different things I could have changed different, but at that time, that's the only thing I could do, especially at 12 years old. So coming to camp was basically one of my salvations. I used to look forward to coming to this camp, and it saved my life. It saved my brother's life. Some of the counselors who've been here for years and years and years, it saved their lives. We grow with each other, and just to know, just for the simple fact, even though we're only here for a week, we got a bond so strong. It's just like we wait for this week all year just so we can come back to this reality and get away from the personal struggles we have at home.
If you had an opportunity to make an appeal to a potential sponsor, what would you say to them? If somebody who could have the opportunity to support this camp, what would you say?
I would definitely advise them that there is a need. There shouldn't be, I'd want to. There is a need for it because the rise of age is spreading so fast, and people need some type of relief, especially the children. They need the relief. You know, when you look upon these children's faces and you see them smile and you see them play and have all the joy, but when they go home to, you know what I mean, some of them live in downtown Louisville, west end of Louisville, you know what I mean, in these areas, coming from the same place I came from, seeing the same things I seen, you know, battling, you know what I mean, parents with this disease, or your aunt, uncle, brother, sister with this disease, and it's just like they need this. They need this week just like I needed this week. You know, I needed this week so bad that I used to have a calendar marking off the days, and they do the same thing. It's an honor and a blessing for me to come back to this camp every year and see the children come back every year, and you know, and they see me and it's like, hey, Mr. Tattoo, how you doing? I miss you so much, and just wrap your arms around you. We had a little girl here. Actually, she's still here. She was much younger, but she actually told me, I was a counselor. She was just like, I want to go home with you. I want you to be my daddy. And that by itself, I mean, I had to walk away from her because I was about to bust, big as I am, grown man, about to bust in front of this little girl, and I'm just holding it in, and I couldn't hold it back no longer, so I had to walk off. You know, it's hard for me to say it right now without just seeing it, and I still see her, still to this day, and she feels the same way. She walks around saying, I'm your daughter, you know, and it's a blessing. You know, it's a blessing and an honor just to be a part of the people who've helped me, and now I'm a part of the people who's helping these people. So I would definitely tell these people, you know what I mean, please, you know, because the funds, you can look around and see what we're doing with it. You know, we are giving the kids what they want, what they need, just to have fun, just to want them to come back. You know, I'm proud to be a volunteer at this camp. Don't make not a cent, but I want to do it every single year. And I want this camp to grow bigger and bigger so we can start getting more in and start changing this world. I'm a firm believer, if you change one child, you'll save 1,000. So let's do it. We got the means, you know, we got the help, we got the hands. Let's just do it. There ain't no time but the present.
I just have one last question for you. What do you say to people who think that HIV and AIDS is just a gay man's disease?
A gay man's disease. I would definitely say educate yourselves. Education about this disease it should open your eyes. It's definitely not just a gay man's disease. Everybody can contract it. I mean, it's funny to hear, you know what I mean, just to myself, when somebody says, oh, you got to be gay to get that. And, you know what I mean, I laugh inside. I'm just like, well, you should look back in the 80s when the rise and spread was so much. You know what I mean, if that's the case, why did my mom have it? My dad wasn't gay. You know, and now it's more contracted in women. It's found out that it's more contracted in women than anything else. So it's just like, educate yourselves, please, 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 please. You know, because when people hear that, they think, oh, well, I'm not gay, I'm good. And they go out here and they do the things that they're doing, and next thing you know, you go for your AIDS test on thinking, oh, I'm good. Next thing you know, you're positive. And you're probably more far along than you thought, you know what I mean, this person was. You know, I have a friend who didn't find out that she was HIV positive. Actually, she didn't find out she had HIV positive, but she had full-blown AIDS. Full-blown. She didn't get it tested. She didn't get tested at all. You know, she thought, well, I only been with this many people, so I'm good. Come to realize, full-blown AIDS. And now, if you would have caught it beforehand, I mean, they could have gave you something They could have gave you something that would lessen the blow, but now I mean, handfuls of meds, you know what I mean? And it's heartbreaking just because you didn't educate yourself. But so that's what I'll definitely say, educate yourselves.
Great. Thank you. Can you think of anything else?